Hi, my name is Dylan Eckmeyer, and we are back again with our second case study rebuttal. Um, we are group number 3, and we will be doing the rebuttal on group number 7. And this is the similar cases rebuttal. I hope you guys enjoy. Group number 7's first case is Bellabon palynology rebuttal. A little bit of background on this case is the body of a small child was discovered on the shore of Deer Island in Boston, Massachusetts. The body was unidentifiable due to the decomposition from the water, the body being left in the water. They were able to tell that the victim was female, and they gave an approximate age of 5. They found cedar and soot pollen in the victim's hair, and they believe that she may have lived in the urban areas of Boston. We'll come back to the red section. They vacuumed and filtered the pollen from the victim's hair, and there was also a blanket found at the scene. They separated the pollen and found that it came from hedges and cedar of Lebanon plants. The plants are not native to Boston, but the investigators believe that they were planted in the neighborhood in which the victim had lived. And they found, or the pollen had led the investigators where to look, which was her neighborhood, and they believe that the mother and the mother's boyfriend, who was a live-in boyfriend, had killed the little girl, and they were both arrested. Back to the red portion of this section, I believe that there is a red flag raised due to the body being decomposing in the water, the body laying in the water. This may have caused the pollen to not be present because we were not given a time period as to how long the body may have been laid in the water, and that pollen may have been washed away. If investigators were able to collect soot and pollen, I believe that there would not be enough due to the time or the length of time that the body had been laying in the water. Group 7's second case is the Mallory Manning rebuttal. And Mallory Manning was a 27-year-old female prostitute that was found killed in New Zealand. Suspicions of a local gang, the gang being the Mongrel Mob. They believe that they may have killed her because the gang was linked to a prostitution ring. Also, we were told that there was no solid evidence to link the gang to the killing. In this case, an acid wash was used to isolate the pollen from the victim's nasal passage and her clothing. Mutated pollen from herbicides was found during the acid wash, and they were able to link it to an area in which the mob was located. Pollen has a strong cell wall, and it can withstand the degradation of the acid wash, so that is why the acid wash was a good technique used in this case. They were able to determine that there were 2 pores in the pollen capsule instead of 1 due to the acid wash, and then with this information they were able to determine the location of the murder, but not able to determine if the mob had committed the murder. For this red section, in this case rebuttal, there's not enough information to conclude the case. Once again, they didn't find out, or we were not told if they found a murderer or if the mob was actually linked. Although they were able to find where the pollen had come from with the acid wash technique, the suspect was still at large. If the investigators were able to determine where the pollen had come from, I believe they should conduct a more thorough investigation into the mob themselves, especially if they believe that the mob was linked to the prostitution ring. And then, yeah, that concludes this section of the rebuttal. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.